Hello, everybody. This is the Dr. Artist Show. I'm your host, Dr. Brian Artist, and with hanging out with one of the coolest people on the planet. You recognize her. She's on the screen. This is Dr. Christiana Northrup. Dr. Christiana Northrup, how are you? Say hi to the audience.
I'm great, and I love seeing the audience. This is very good.
Yeah, very, very excited to spend some time with you today. We're going to talk about a topic that affects a whole lot of women at some point in their life, most likely, especially in industrialized nations. I actually did research studies years ago that underdeveloped countries and those who don't eat the way we do, they actually transition through this period of their life, typically without symptoms. But man, here in America and around the world, in our industrialized nations, it is massively a problem for millions and millions of women.
Yep.
And this is called menopause. So we're going to talk about menopause. This whole show is about menopause, and I brought on the expert on menopause. Why? Because I'm never going to have menopause, I hope. I'm not planning on transitioning. And even if I do, I'm not really sure that's how this whole thing works. So this might apply to all the women around the world who will at some point in their life change hormonally and go through a period we now call menopause. You have pre-menopause periods, menopause periods, post-menopause. I have a whole bunch of questions because I'm a dude, I'm a guy, and I don't know a lot about menopause. So I'm going to ask the health expert of multiple New York Times bestseller books, also was a practitioner who treated women going through these periods. Okay, she's an OBGYN. She specializes in hormones. She watches this stuff. She's written books on it. Hold up your book all about menopause. Oh, my goodness, look at this. And show how thick it is. Good. I think she might know some stuff. She wrote every word in that thing. All right, how many references are in there, by the way, to scientific papers and literature? What do you think?
Thousands. I mean, it just goes on and on and on and on. Yeah. And the other thing to know, they disappear a lot of the good stuff. They've done that over the past 10 years. There's a lot of information that just is no longer on the internet. Like, for instance, I was trying to find a reference to Tylenol causing kidney failure, which is very common. Everyone knew that. I go back and Google it. No, it's not there. You have to actually dig now. Used to be, it was right up there. Not anymore. So we've seen the takeover of the information. That's why it's good to have some hard copies of stuff. I bought an encyclopedia from 1956 so I could check up on them.
All right, that's awesome. All right, so to piggyback your narrative about them changing stuff digitally online on the internet, I just want you to know, I actually believe a huge part of digitizing most of all published media and print over the years and converting it from books to Kindle versions, digital versions, all that stuff. I totally believe it's so they can easily go in and manipulate and change and alter history.
Yes.
And delete information so you cannot find it, and create very easily through a digital platform as they can change it and alter it one day after another, change the entire beliefs and knowledge in the society. And I think they've been working at doing this for a long time. So I want to show you something. Okay. It's exciting. Okay. I've got the date on this. Let's see if you can see it. You see the date?
1771. Nice.
Right. Here's a book from 1771. I think that predates the internet and Google. I think.
Yep.
Here we go. Here's the next one. Now, I have 30 of these, by the way.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Look at this one. Look at the date on this one. Can you see it?
1811. Wow.
1811. I have ones between that date, 1811, and this one, but check out this one.
1880.
1880. All right.
Oh, I'm glad you got these. This is important.
All right. So I want to explain something to you real quick before we dive into this menopause thing. I decided because there are certain words that the pharmaceutical industry and the medical industrial complex likes to use. Dr. Christiana Northrup, if I asked you what's their preference language they force all of us to learn for the first year of chiropractic school, dental school, medical school, acupuncture school, what do they make us learn as a language to understand prefixes, suffixes before we enter our health professionals as a health professional license to do so? What's the language? The pharmaceutical industry, the medical textbooks all want you to learn to be able to speak a different language to your patients in the future. What's that language?
Jargon.
It's jargon. It's primarily Latin, unless you want to correct me.
No, Latin is good. It's good.
Latin is it. All right. So the majority of your medical terminology, we all are forced to learn, like the word arthritis. When we were growing up, we're like, Mom, my joint hurts. That's what you said. And then Christiana, after telling her mom her joint hurts for years, after she kept stubbing her toes or fingers playing sports, whatever, then she goes to medical school and they force her to learn a new word for joint pain. And they say, okay, great. You're no longer going to say joint pain to your patients. Joint pain, we're going to tell you what it is in Latin.
It's an arthralgia.
We're going to call it arthralgia or arthritis. And so this is what you're going to say to your patients so that they think you're smarter than them. You're going to say everything to them in Latin that they say to you in English. All right. So I decided I was going to go buy a whole bunch of, I'm not joking, I have now 30 Latin to English dictionaries. That's what these are.
Oh, this is so good. Now, see, everyone listening, Brian, you can't get any deeper dive than this guy. By the way, in OBGYN, what we have is, did you ever see that thing where we have a flag? Okay, so, we have the territory of a woman's body. So we have Skene's glands from some guy named Skene. We've got fallopian tubes from Luigi Fallopi, some Italian way back. We've got Bartholin's glands, Montgomery's tubercles around your breast. So, we have whatever dude discovered it. You're living with it. And by the way, in Latin, I think the word vagina means sheath for a sword.
What? I'm going to have to look that up. In fact, it will be in my dictionaries, just so you know. All right, so this is going to be quite fun, but I want you to know, Christiana, you're going to hear it here first, only because you brought up the fact that they're censoring stuff and you have to go dig farther for information that used to be commonly and easily found on the internet in searches or common searches like Tylenol, menopause, or whatever. I just want you to know, I'm about to explode 30 Latin to English dictionaries that cover a 254-year span, including up till 2025. I'm not joking. And I actually am going to show the entire world. I've already done the interviews and done the pictures that we're going to be sending out now to the world. Watch this go viral. Do you know that since 1771, this very first book, and every single book between now and 1771 for 254 years, people, the word virus is a Latin word. And the word virus has the same definition in every single Latin to English dictionary. It's the same definition in all of them. Do you know where it's not the same? On the internet.
Right.
When you look up Cleveland Clinic, Mayo Clinic, the American Medical Association, they give you a different definition than what I'm about to tell you in here. And when you look up the Latin word virus, for 254 years, Dr. Christiana Northrup, I'm going to show the whole world and all these social media viral clips I'm building right now as I build out these slides to show all this. Every single one of them up until today, 2025, reads the exact same way. The Latin word virus, which is a Latin historical word. It never existed before Latin. It is a Latin word. Your doctors speak Latin. They're taught to speak Latin to you. The word virus is a Latin word, and its English translation is this. In every single book, it means
parasite.
Poison. The word poison.
Yep.
Comma, especially of snake's venom.
Ooh, cool.
And if it doesn't read that way, when you get into the 1800s, they read poison, comma, venom. So, Christiana Northrup, when everybody's out there talking about germ theory, terrain theory, do viruses exist? I just have to ask you, if a virus by definition is either a poison or a venom, I like to ask you, do poisons and venoms exist, Dr. Northrup?
Of course they do.
So do viruses exist?
Yes, but they're poisons or venom.
And then my next question is this. Okay, I just got to ask this. I'm going to do this in a whole bunch of interviews. It's going to be really fun.
Yeah.
On other people's platforms. It's going to be quite fun.
Yeah.
Christiana Northrup, my question for you is this.
Yeah.
If viruses for 254 years, it's known, is only a poison or a venom, I'd like to ask you a question. How then do they create viral seasons annually? Like the flu virus season and the common cold virus season. If these terms of virus is actually a poison or venom, how do they create then every year cyclically seasons of viruses?
It's just because those are times when the vitamin D goes down and you're much more susceptible to whatever poison is in the air or water or your food that they're poisonous with.
Yep. So let's just rename these. Ready? The influenza poison or venom season,
Yeah, that's good.
or the
Just like, you
common
know what?
cold poison or venom
Mhm.
season.
That's right.
Interesting.
Dr. Sherry Tenpenny came up with a good one, and it is the
So let's dive into menopause. That was just fun. I cannot wait to show you all these because I can't wait
I
to bring
love
up
it.
can't wait to bring up a whole bunch of MDs, including I'll go ahead and call you out. Tom Cowan, Andrew Kaufman. I invite you to tell me what you believe a virus is again. And then I want you to read the definitions for the last 250 years. And if you think you know more than 250-year-old printed books in the language of Latin, that's exciting. But you continue to say viruses don't exist. The venom narrative by Dr. Artis is ridiculous. Oh, yeah? You might want to learn what the definition is of the word virus. I'll show you the books. It'll be exciting. All right, let's dive in.
Okay.
Let's dive into menopause, something way more exciting than venom and
It
viruses.
is actually. It is a very exciting time. If women understood what was really going on, they wouldn't be afraid.
Exactly right. All right, so I have a series of questions. I just want you to answer them.
Okay.
Don't go off too far into a tangent, but
Okay.
if there's awesome info here and just little touching points you think are significant,
Yep.
I would like you to just give those, and then we'll move to the next question because I have a whole bunch of questions here. Ready?
Okay, good. Let's go.
Number one, expert on menopause, Dr. Christiana Northrup. What is menopause?
The final menstrual period. That's it.
Awesome. Great. All right. So, what are the symptoms, Dr. Christiana Northrup extraordinaire? What are the symptoms, some, of menopause?
Well, it's perimenopause, which is a 6 to 13-year period where the ovaries change their function a bit.
Okay.
And it can start anywhere from, 38 to 60. And so what happens is you're getting skipping ovulations. So you have estrogen dominance. And in the face of too many carbs and the way people eat and too much insulin, that leads to hot flashes, night sweats, headaches, sleeplessness, dry eyes, dry vagina, mood swings, irritability, and all of it is in service to the fact that your soul is saying to you, look, there's more for you to do than fold the towels and make everyone else happy. So that's why women get bitchy. Something is coming up that they didn't deal with in adolescence. So menopause is adolescence in reverse. You can have 100 symptoms, kind of crawling skin, all kinds of things. But the most important thing to know, this is a crossroads, grow or die. It's that simple. Now this is why they tell you, if you have health insurance, whatever, you got to get your first mammogram here and your first colonoscopy, and you better get your lipid profile. And they make people believe that menopause is the beginning of the end. It's what I call planned decrepitude. That's how they sell it.
That's a great definition. All right. So, can you explain? I've never had it, maybe because I haven't read a book about menopause to try to help myself, but I love this connection to adolescent issues that haven't actually been resolved. It's like in reverse. So here we go. Here comes some trauma. Here comes some stuff that's going to come back and resurface, and you're going to have to deal with it.
That's it. So I've had many, many women who remembered sexual abuse for the first time when they were going through menopause. Why? Because the brain catches fire. The basal ganglia, no, it's the basal something. I forgot the name of it, but the amygdala and that area, basal forebrain, they kind of light up. And, they have ancient emotions stored in there.
Man,
And you can't keep it down because the frontal lobes, it's kind of like what's happening with people who had all those, something uncouples up here. I mean, my housekeeper went to mail a package at the post office yesterday, and a woman behind her said, "You're too fat for those leggings." Who does that? Right? I mean, a perfect stranger. That's probably someone who's got something going on. We know that the psychiatric illness it's worse than it's ever been. But let's say in a normal, whatever that is, person, you begin to go through, it's a developmental phase. It's like the seasonal affective disorder of your life, and it's the same, by the way, PMS, SAD, perimenopause, they're all the same. Okay.
Got it. Can you explain to the audiences why does menopause symptoms occur? Not just the emotional stuff you're remembering is firing, but what is physically changed or altered
what's happening
during menopause?
is that your progesterone levels are going down. Progesterone is a calming warming hormone. It's why pregnant women glow and they're calm and they're lovely. But in perimenopause, you start to skip ovulations. The calming, warming progesterone goes way down, and then you're just on estrogen. Estrogen in the face of inflammatory, in the face of the stress hormones